Okay, what are the materials that we need? We need paper plates. Okay, so if let's say some of the paper plates actually have turned a bit yellowish, do not throw it away. You can actually recycle them, since if let's say we're going to not use for food. Or we can have cardboards. You know, I believe a lot of parents would have bought drawing papers for the kids to do during circuit breaker. So you can use the cardboard, do not throw away. Or anything that is with a harder surface, okay, that you can actually be using. Drawing paper, okay, you can use for recycled drawing papers, or you can use A4 size paper. But drawing paper will be more viable because it's a bit harder. When we paint, it will not actually get that too flimsy or too soft. Okay, for A4, the printing paper, it's a bit too soft, but of course it is still usable, it's still viable. Masking tape, double-sided tape, scissors. Okay, if you have oil pastels, you can use oil pastels to add your design. Acrylic paints. Okay, I believe some of the parents would have actually bought some painting kits, to actually be doing it at home with the kids. So use the remaining or the leftovers, or using poster paints are also okay, but just that poster paints are not permanent, so it may run, and if your hands are wet, the colors will stay in your hands. Okay, so since it's National Day, so we have pre-cut. You can draw as well, so but we have pre-cut the moon and the stars. Okay, how many moons and stars do we have on our National Day flag? So we have 1 crescent and 5 stars. Okay, so this is for National Day, but if you're not doing for National Day, it's quite free flow. You can do whatever that you want. Okay, since I'm going to be using recycled paper, recycled drawing paper, so we need to paint over. So I'm going to go step by step to show all of you. Okay, paper plate. What is our paper plate for? It's going to make the base for the hat. Oh, I've forgotten about our string. Okay, so that you can wear it. Okay, so if you do not have the rubberized string like this, okay, so you can either use the yarn or the normal string, or the other way, what you can do is you can tie the rubber band, chain it, and then wear it over, like when you do like 0 point, when you play those 0 point in school. Okay, so we can make many alternatives from what we have at home. Okay, first we will need to do a cross in the middle. Okay, why do we need to do a cross? So that we need to flip it up later so that our party hat can go around it. You can pre-draw, or you can by freehand fold it into half, and then we just cut in the middle. You can open it up, and then you cut like this. Turn it the other way around and cut again. Okay, fold this up. Okay, so this is where later the party hat we are going to be sticking on it. But if you feel it's too small, we can make it the hole bigger. this. So why do we fold up first? Okay, we fold it up first so that this is the 4 triangles that we are not going to be painting. Okay, so we're going to be sticking. So the sides, okay, you can use the oil pastels to decorate and color. Permanent markers works perfect as well. The colors will be very vibrant and nice. But due to time constraint, I'll be using acrylic paint. Okay, so I'm actually putting on a white surface so it's easier for everybody to see. It so that it will not fall off. We can actually paint. You can make rainbow colors if you want to, or you can actually paint. The other way is after you paint on it, and when it's dry, you can actually do the decorations using markers. Okay, I'm not washing my brush, I'll be doing a wet on wet. Okay, technique by just taking another color and go over. Okay, it need not necessarily be one color and one color because it is a party hat, so it's really up to your individual creativity to actually be looking at what you want to do. So start with the base for your hat so that you need not actually use a hairdryer to blow dry it. What you can do is that you can actually just paint over it already, and then after which you can actually be using letting it dry on its own while proceeding on to the next step, and then once it's dry you can come back and decorate it. Okay, with the masking tape area later I'll just paint over. See? Okay, you can just add whatever colors you want. You can make it even more colorful. Try not to use dark purple or black unless unless you're using oil pastels over. Because if you want to decorate and then you use much darker colors, when you draw you can't really see. Unless you're just going to put it like that and then you can add polka dots. So it's really up to you, or you can add confettis. Just going to finish up the whole thing a bit. Okay, there it is. So I'm just going to put one side. Okay, I need to take another brush later on. So what I'm going to do is, okay, let me see if it fits, then I need not do. Okay, so you see, like this. And okay, this is too small to make a party hat, so we need two of it. Okay, if your paper is actually the drawing paper, the A3 size, the big one, cut it 4 half. Okay, 4 half, and then you cut so that your party hat will not look like, if the whole thing together, it will look very, very long. See, I can't see the top part. Okay, so we need to join them together, so I have actually cut them to a similar size. So I paint the first part, so it's easier for everyone that you know this is right. So I'll do the second one. And why red? Because it is National Day. So that's why we are doing red. Just let me get another brush. If you want to use a red oil pastels, by all means as well, it's definitely fine. Red markers, I will not recommend because the surface area is very big, so you may need about 2 or 3 markers. So it's kind of a bit of wastage. Okay, we just need to paint over the whole thing, just red in color. If one layer can cover the whatever that it's below, because we are using recycled material, then it's good to go. But if let's say that you still can see the lines and everything, put 2 layers, but you have to do for both. You cannot do for one, you have to do for both. I think mine is good to cover 1 layer. See? Okay, make sure you have to cover up everything. Remember to always wash your brush after you use the colors, and if you do not need glue anymore, try not to leave it on the table for too long, like more than half an hour, because once it dries up, your brush is actually spoiled. So once you finish, quickly wash and clean up the brushes. Okay, so we're going to just let this dry a little bit before we stick together. So remove this. Okay, so what we're going to do is you can add some confettis. Okay, you can just add some glue around. Okay, need not, those that have not actually handled white glue before, need not worry if that says that if you have put too much, you can just take some and move over, but need not worry that the glue will remain white, because once it's dry up, it will become transparent. So instead of buying your party hat and finishing and then throw, we can make our own. You can do together with the kids during party, or as parents, you can do together as a bonding time with the kids before they invite their friends over. If you have any comments, feel free to actually put inside the comment, under the comment section, and we will reply to you. If you need any help, Okay, those that have just joined us, don't worry, we will actually be posting this on our Facebook, so you still can actually be taking a look at it anytime, because it's a long weekend, so we can do some craft work with the kids at home. Okay, so there's still spaces. Once it's dry, you can add more things. Okay, so we have actually cut out our crescent and our stars, but if let's say that you want, you can draw on it, and then when you paint, just go around it. Do not paint over and then you use white. Okay, it's always easier to have a darker color to cover over a lighter color than a lighter color to cover over a darker color. So you can cut it out, which may be easier. Okay, so I'm going to put this You can use a double-sided tape or you can use white glue. Water glue works for paper to paper as well. Whatever that you can find at home. Okay, so I'm going to stick in the middle. Okay, so we have for National Day flag, okay, it's 1 star, 2 and 2 at the bottom. So we will do exactly the same today. Okay, how do we get kids to draw the crescent? Because usually moon, a full moon is the whole thing in circle. So how do we actually get the kids to draw a crescent? We can get them to draw a big C followed by an internal, another C inside. So we're going to stick here. I'm trying to do my balancing act. Okay, like this. Okay, and then now 2 stars we're going to put here. Finish it up first. There we go. Do draw extras and cut extras in case anything to happen, you still have extra to use. So I'm going to be taping one side and then join together. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, see the white area here, so that it will not fall off. Okay, and I'm going to join the bottom part together like this. Then we can press it in the middle. Okay, so that you see when I turn, okay, this part will not have edges that it's open. Okay, where's my hat? So now we're going to put the hat joint together. If it's too long, it's okay, we can cut at the end. So I'm going to put the tape on the 4 corners. The tapes, all 4 of it. Okay, so one side of it we put in the middle of the triangle so that you can see, okay, the Singapore flag like this. Choose the side you like best, that it's facing in front. Then we go around like this, tip it around, tip it around, tip it around. So if it's like this, which is too long, so we can cut it off. You can fold, and then before you cut it off, okay, so I fold it. Okay, I'm going to put this as the exterior, the outside to overlap the other one inside, because if we're going to put like this, the chances of it covering over your crescent is there. Taping it. I'm going to put on my double side tape again. Tape on the exterior that you're going to overlap in. You can do the whole thing, or you want to do half, like in the middle, it's also fine. I'm going to just cut away. Stick it in. Okay, you can paint it over. You see I have some of the white area, so what I'm going to do is I'm just slightly paint it over with some red paint. Just paint it over. National Day party hat. Okay, you can actually use a bigger paper plate so that, you know, for the older children, like this is a bit small for me. So for the older children, you can actually use a bigger paper plate. For the younger ones, you can actually be using the small paper plate. So we're going to punch hole at the two sides. You can use the normal hole puncher, just using one side of it, and you just need to tie in the string and adjust it accordingly. Okay, and there we go. Okay, hope all of you have learned something using recycled materials today and had some fun. So next week we'll be doing another craft work. So I'm not going to say anything as of now, but we will actually be putting it on our Facebook on either Tuesday or Wednesday what craft we will be doing next Saturday. So we're going to be keeping our video on in our Facebook, so you can watch anytime and try to do together. So thank you and hope you have enjoyed, and I'll see you next week.